Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Shalom Blac. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe, be a part of the family. We are really funny here, and oh my god, we are so close to 1 million subscribers. I am still so shook by that. But anyway, so I'm not gonna ramble too much because I want to get into this video just because I'm already late recording this video. From the title of this video, you know what we are going to be trying today and what we are going to be talking about. It's the brand Too Faced times Jackie Aina, Auntie Jackie here on YouTube. So they came out with a foundation. If you guys know, there was this whole big deal, and it's not, I wouldn't even consider it a big deal, but it was just a huge conversation that we all had here on YouTube about brands not catering to all skin type and all skin shade, because a lot of the times when brands come out with especially foundation, we are very short limited here on the darker side, or actually people of color, we do not get every shade. Like, we all do not fit one single shade, you know? When you go to either the drugstore or even Sephora, Ulta, some brands do have the shade range, but they do not put everything on the shelf. So we like a lot. And for me, honestly, I have never tried Too Faced product besides their mascara and their lipstick. I've never tried like their foundation, concealer, anything like that because of the lack of shade range that they have for our skin tones. And sometimes I might be able to find shades that fit me. And those shades are normally the last or the darkest shade that they have. And for me, my rules is if I cannot find a shade for my mother or my sister who are much more darker than I am, then I don't want to try the foundation in my shade either, because I feel like brands should be very diverse and inclusive, you know, because we want to try your stuff, especially if I'm seeing my fellow YouTubers raving about your product. I'm like, man, I want to try it. So I'm so happy. I know I'm talking too much, but I'm so happy that Too Faced realized that, okay, you know what, we're lacking and we need to be inclusive. And even if they didn't know how to do that, they bought somebody that knows, you know, that is a part of the dark skin community or people of color per se, I would say. And so they bought in Jackie Aina, who's so very outspoken about inclusivity here on on YouTube, and you know, her reviews are amazing. So, you know, they collaborated with Auntie Jackie to come out with 9 more shades of this foundation. So I'm super happy to be trying it. They have 35 shades of foundation, including the Jackie Aina 9 shades. And they also have 2 more shades of their translucent powder, which are much more darker. One is more like a banana powder, and the other one is more of like a tanner, darker powder, but all of those are setting powders. So that is also a plus on my list. The foundation that I've been using lately for a fuller coverage has been the Becca Ultimate Full Coverage Foundation. So this Too Faced foundation claims to be undetectable medium to full coverage, and I love foundation where I can build up if I want to. So I have 2 shades that are actually in my range. The first one is called Spice Rum, which is one of Jackie Aina's creation, and then the second one is called Cocoa. So Spice Rum for me is going to be a shade that I would use around when the weather gets colder, because my skin of course changes. So we know in the summertime our skin do get darker. So because it's summertime and my skin has gotten darker, this right here, Cocoa, is actually my perfect shade for the summertime, which is not a Jackie Aina creation, but we're still going to be celebrating. I'm going to go ahead and prime my face with the Little Mercier Foundation Primer Radiant Bronzing Primer. I guess this is my first time using this, so I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and shake it up and pump into my hand, and let me try to do this with a beauty blender and see how that goes. If not, we're just gonna use our brush. And I know some of you guys might be like, oh, that is not your shade for your face, but you're supposed to match your foundation to your chest, and this matches up with my chest, as you guys can see. I'm going to go ahead and leave Jackie's video where she kind of explained everything, how you can find your perfect shade from the foundation that you already have or might have. So I'm going to leave that in the description bar down below. I'm actually really kind of liking this foundation, using it with the sponge, but I just feel like for the parts that I need a bit more of a coverage, I might use my brush, like right here. I think I'm gonna have to use my brush for that part, and it feels so hydrating. So this is one layer of foundation, and honestly, if you do not have any scarring like me, I feel like this is like a perfect coverage, especially for the summertime. It's pretty good, but because of my scar, I do like a bit more of a coverage. So I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze another pump, and I'm gonna use my brush for this part and see how that goes. Yeah, I feel like the brush gives me a bit more of a fuller coverage, honestly. I'm gonna bring the rest of that foundation down to my neck. Just blend everything out. And so, as you guys can see the shade with my chest, you see that? Boom. Boom. And I believe the foundation claims to be a 16 hours wear foundation. So I'm gonna test it out a little bit today. I don't think I'm gonna have it on for 16 hours, but like in a few hours, I'm going to kind of see how it looks, how it's doing with my face. Okay guys, so for my contour, I'm going to be taking the foundation in the shade Ganache, which is a Jackie Aina's creation. And by the way, if you guys go into the stores to pick up any foundation, the way that you know which one is from Jackie Aina, I believe they have like a little heart on the little label thing. So it's gonna let you know, okay, this is like the ones that Jackie created. But yeah, so I'm just go ahead and pump this. I'm gonna put it around the perimeter of my face just to bring back some color. This is dark. Oh my god, yes. Come through, baby. So I want to keep everything in the family just because I want to see how all the Too Faced product work together. I'm going to be using the setting powder, so the two new shades, which is the shade medium, and this one is more in the yellow tone. It looks like Ben 9 banana powder, and then the shade deep, which has more of like an orange or reddish tone to it. But I decided to mix those two together because I feel like the medium is a bit too light. It might make me look ashy, and then the deep shade might make me look too red. So I just went ahead and mixed those two in here, and I'm going to be using my sponge to set my face with this. And by the way, this powder is super fine. I don't know how I feel about really fine powder. It like sits on the face. I feel like I look so filtered. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I feel like this powder is making me look so flat. Like it doesn't look like I have a nose right now. Okay, so to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be taking the Makeup Forever Micro Finishing Powder and just set the rest of my face with my big fluffy brush. So guys, I just went ahead and completed my whole face. As you guys can see, I am actually really liking this. It looks beautiful, and I just looked at it on my other mirror and I really like the way it looks. I feel like my complexion matches so perfectly because before it's always a little bit off, like it's either too red, too yellow, too light. But this is looking so nice and my face feels so good. You know, it doesn't feel dry. It feels very hydrating and like bouncy. But I haven't set my face yet, so I'm going to go ahead and set my face. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay All Night Setting Spray and just set my face. So I do want to come back and kind of show you guys how the foundation is doing on my skin. So right now it is 12:17, and then in a few hours I'm just going to come up and just show you guys how it looks. So my final thought on this foundation, I think is absolutely beautiful. The color match for me for the summertime is spot on point, which is cocoa. So if you're my shade or you think you're closer to my shade, definitely check that out. But make sure you go into the store and swatch this foundation so you can find a perfect shade. And don't forget to swatch it on your chest. Again, I'm going to leave Jackie Aina's video in the description bar so that you can understand more of, you know, how you can find your shade. So I'm not so crazy about the powder because I feel like it takes away the base that you already applied, which is the foundation and the concealer when you apply that. But I feel like if you do it very lightly, maybe with a brush instead of a sponge, then it might apply a bit more better. But using a sponge with the setting powder, it takes away from it takes the foundation away and the concealers away from your face. So I can kind of see some of my dark what do you call it, my dark scars kind of peeking through. Hey guys, okay, I am back with an update on this foundation. So it has been 5 hours. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. I filmed 5 hours ago. I did not realize that time go by so fast. So it's been 5 hours and 43 minutes since I had this foundation on. It is 6 or 7 right now, and I have noticed that around my nose it's pretty oily, and I'm about to go out right now, so I wanted to do this video before I touch it up. But my forehead looks okay, but right around my nose, the corners of my nose is so freaking oily, and that is the part of my face that does get the most oiliness. I do have combination, but during the summertime my skin does intend to produce more oil. And I used a primer that I know, well, actually I used a new primer, which was I actually used the same primer that you used. This is yours, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me see. This is the one I used today. So the primer I use is the Laura Mercier foundation primer, but this is the Radiance Bronzing primer. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this video, and I hope it kind of helped you decide if you want to try this foundation. But make sure you go out there and support Miss Jackie Aina, Auntie Jackie, because she really did a great job creating all the shades and being quite inclusive. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and remember to always be your own kind of beautiful. Bye.